hello. So this is Global Predictions with me, myself, and I. We're missing Greg again, but send out lots of love, lots of healing energy to Greg, and hopefully he's going to feel a bit more brighter and able to get back. Yeah, he's just feeling a bit kind of like downtrodden, and I don't blame him. It's like we all get down sometimes, so I am sorry I'm late. It takes a lot for me to kind of work myself up to do these. For a start, you wouldn't know it, but I'm very, it's like it's hard. And then I was doing a lot of research, and boy, is there stuff going on, my goodness. So I wanted to try and be as up to date as I possibly can with what's going on, and I've probably still missed loads as well. So it's exciting. I have made, a decision with my psychic development. The week 2 is going to be changing to tarot, and that's because what we covered with the week 1, when we did that, we started this Monday the new psychic development 10-week course. They did so well. It's like they included a lesson that I hadn't, that was supposed to be for the next week as well. They did so well. So I felt, well, let's add another one on. And so week 2 is now going to be tarot layouts, confidence building, all about tarot and oracle. Okay, so that's what I've included in there. So you can never have enough practice with that. So I'm hoping everybody is doing very well. I painted my nails, and if you get close, I try not to get close with them. It's so bad. I was doing it while it was going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it was like my nail. Oh dear. You don't come here for professionalism, do you? Thank goodness. Because you're not going to get it. Oh, darling, stop showing you. Yeah, don't want to show people that part of you, my darling. So she is due this week, actually. This next week, she is due to have her kitties. She will be a year. Yep, near down to the day a year when she has those. So bit early, but that's not what we wanted, was it, Kitty? But things happen. So she will be absolutely fine. She's after Sweeties right now. Have I got Sweeties with me? I'm sorry about this, but if I don't give her Sweeties, she always knows that when I'm on camera, either I'm working, and she knows to ask for Sweeties at that point, because it's like I've got to get on, and she knows that I'm just going to go, okay then. Get those. So there we are. It's not a show without Tinky coming in, is it? So let's see who is around. Claudette, hello. Good evening, Ali and Greg and everyone. Well, hello. I think Greg will probably be watching later on. Yeah, so hello, Akasha. Hello, lovely. And here's Mel D. Hello, beautiful lady. Blessings. You made it. Oh, little Tink, bless you. How's Greg? Yeah, he's doing okay. I think he's improving. I think he's getting there. But he's just got something that he's got to get through, and it's official stuff. It's that they carried kittens for 64 days this year. I did count it. Because I knew the day it happened, believe it or not. I did know the day it happened. And so I knew, I knew. So I counted it 64. I did. And on my calendar, it is the 6th of May. That would be. So I don't know how punctual they are, but it's around that time. I suppose they could be like humans, could be early, could be later. I know with both my girls, it was 10 days late, and I had to be induced on both. So 10 days. I was carrying at £9.6 and a £9.1 baby, so they couldn't really leave me much longer than that. And I didn't know at the time that I had hypermobility, which was my hips were clicking out of alignment. And so I kept saying this to everyone. I said, listen, impossible. I'm like, F off. I do know what my body is doing. Thank you. And of course, we didn't know it was Ehlers-Danlos syndrome at that time. So it's like, yes, I do. I do know that. So, hello, PD. Hello. Oh, love to Greg. Thank you. It's good sending out that love to Greg. It really it lifts me up as well. And it lifts him definitely. Logan 112. That's my grandson's name, Logan. Hello, hello. Here's our lovely Mary. How is everyone? How are you all? She's asking, how are all of you guys as well? We need to know this. Please let me know how your week has been. I like to know. Good, bad, and the ugly. How's it all been? Yeah, we're all friends, family here. We are soul family here. So, hi, Ali and Greg and everyone. Glad you made it too. I just about made it, didn't I? Just about. Oh, it's good. Thank you. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, so what have you guys seen on the news at the moment? What is going on? And obviously we don't go to the mainstream news, do we? Let's face it, that's not where anybody really gets their news anymore. Their ratings are going down and down and down and down, and they literally will be shutting off any time. So, and it's their own doing. No one else is to blame but them. You know, it's all basically, I love what's her name? Caroline Levitt. I love her. She called it out. She was dressed all in pink, this pale pink suit, and she was with what's the guy's name? Tom Homan. I think his name is that. Anyway, he's the ice guy, and he basically was basically coming and talking. He talks just bluntly, and I love that. And anyway, she announced, she said it's the biggest cover-up in American history about Mr. B's decline, mental decline. And the media did not speak about it, you know, and they were blatantly lying, you know, the politicians as well, saying, oh, you've got to have your wits about you when you go into a meeting with him. You've got to make sure that everything is, you know, you've got all of your answers to all of the questions that he may ask and all of this. There's that. There's also, I've got some information here that the previous press secretary said she's never spoken to him. So when she was saying, I've just had talks with the president, no, she didn't, because she admitted, actually, I can't remember where she admitted, but I'll get to it in a minute. It's in here, legitimate. Yeah, she said she's never met him. She didn't ever speak to him. So who was giving her the information then? Because it wasn't Mr. B. And apparently Mr. B was actually anti men in women's sports, and he announced that. He said that in his when he was a bit more compos mentis, and of course they've gone completely behind his back, haven't they? So so all of that, I know that's old news, but at least it's coming out now in conversations, and she's addressing the media saying, it's, you know, that's what you did. There was also one of the reporters who actually stood on stage. I can't remember what sort of, it was some sort of gala. And he basically said, we've got to take responsibility as well about our actions and the fact that we did not report what we saw. And that's not right. So, you know, some of them are coming forward. Okay. And I've got time for those ones. I've got, you know, so yeah, they cocked up, you know, they're probably sworn to secrecy, weren't they? They probably were not allowed to say anything, otherwise they'd lose their jobs. And, you know, a lot of people have had to, you know, decide what they're going to do, whether or not they're going to speak out, or, you know, that they could lose their jobs. So, yeah. If anybody does have any questions, global prediction questions that you want me to look at, I'm not saying I know all about them, so you might have to give me some information, but I will look and see what the cards say. I've also got my pendulum as well, my trusty pendulum, and I've also got my dice. So between those, we can have a little look. And my crystal ball. I'll look at my crystal ball too. So entertainment purposes only. Of course it is. Yeah, it is. Let's have a look. Where we got to? Gemini Moon, hello. Love and blessings to you and Greg. Thank you, Gemini Moon. Thank you. I know I'm on my own again, Chrissy, but I'm not gonna pressure him because I know that he's not in a place to be pressured. So I'm not going to do that. But I have said to him, you know, we've got to get you back because people miss you. In 5D is you, Greg. It isn't. Yeah, yes, I can join in. And he says, I made in 5D for us. No, it's in 5. I'm glad. I'm not gonna say no. But I'm just gonna say in 5D is Greg Prescott. I'm standing in. I am definitely not taking over. I haven't got what he has. This lovely man haven't got what he has. There he is. He has created this and awoken so many people. So we need him back. I could not stay awake on Sunday. No kidding. Don't know if it was the solar flares. Okay. So was that all day Sunday, or was that kind of in the evening? You couldn't keep your eyes open. So Akasha, I'm worried about Canada. Can the cards tell Canadians anything after the worst person to be elected in Canada? WEF net zero Carney. Have you had your elections yet? Has who got in? If so, yeah, because I haven't been looking at Canada, I'm afraid. So, yeah, let me know. Yeah. Okay, busy. Finally, have running water in the kitchen after 4 months of renovations. Yay! Get you, Logan. Excellent. That's nice. The little things in life we've got to celebrate, haven't we? Blackout in Spain is interesting, isn't it? Just I haven't even looked at it to find out what that is. Don't know. Something's telling me there's not much to see. I don't know. Maybe it's just as it is. Oh, my guys are just laughing. Okay, all right. You can have your say in a bit. All right. Hello, Jeremiah. Hello. Star Feather. Hey, y'all. I love that. Hey, y'all. Hello, Franca, here from Canada. Feeling good. I like that. We like feeling good. Beautiful Claudette here. Please put global prediction questions all in capitals. Yes, because when I go back, I'm going back looking for anything in capitals. All right. So otherwise I could miss out your question. So yeah. So they do need to be in capitals. Even if you just put question in capitals, I'll probably notice that. Healing energy to you both. Face, red heart, shape, face, red heart. I love that. I love that. It doesn't say the emojis. It just lists them. Who is David Icke? Because his predictions are coming true. David Icke, very clever man. Lost it a bit though. He's lost credibility with me. I used to follow him in a big way, but he's anti-Trump, and anyone anti-Trump, it's like you're not following the plan. You don't understand. Okay, so I've got no time now for that. But you can't decry from the fact that he has woken so many people up. He was packing out stadiums. He was packing out, his tour. That man, crippled up with arthritis. When you see his hands, it's crippled up. And yet he was going about and doing all of that, so standing up. I think there were 10-hour long ones, you know. He had information on information. So David Icke, he was the forefront person. I've got a lot of respect for that, and yeah, his stuff is all coming true. All day Sunday. Okay, so you slept 18 hours. So who else felt tired on Sunday? Anyone else felt the tiredness there? Yes, Carney got in, minority. And Carney's the bad guy. Is he? Is Carney the bad guy? I don't know if this is what I said last time, okay, but I'm going to say whoever gets in, if it's the bad guy getting in, it will only be temporary, because something is coming and they're shifting the bad ones out of the way, and the good ones are coming in. It's all sorted. It's all part of the plan. Sometimes it has to get, I mean, look at America. Look how bad it had to get for America to wake up the people. The people had to be absolutely champing at the bit for Trump to come in. The same has to be for Canada. Are there enough people? I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Are there enough people awake and aware in Canada? Or is there a need of a bit more, you know, a few more years of bad stuff coming? You know, I think you know, myself, I'm saying Canada's been through a lot already, you know, with Trudeau. I think you've been through, no, is it Trudeau? Yeah, been through so much already. So yeah, I am sorry for the yeah, it's creating unstable feelings, isn't it? If you've got, you know, somebody terrible. Our election was yesterday in Canada, Ali. Thank you. Just need to know these things. Hello, everyone. Dreaming 9. Is that a new name? If you are new here, please let me know. I think Logan, I think you're new, aren't you, as well? If not, you know, welcome again. So, yeah. Starfeather question: what really caused the power outages in Europe? Yeah, we do need to have a look at that. We do, because none of my studies have come up with anything that's viable. Yes, I'm in Canada, and I'm worried about the future of Canada after Carney was elected yesterday. Something's telling me, okay, they are telling me that the truth about the voting and the corruption is going to come out, and it's all going to be in question all over the world. And so this is where there's going to be, I think, the votes are going to happen again, is what I'm getting. Okay, so yeah. So hang on in there. It's hard. I know it's hard. I mean, you know, look what we're going through in the UK. If we repost a tweet or a meme, we can go to prison for 2 years. That's what somebody is doing here. There's a really interesting question from, is it Mumford Brothers? Is that a band? The Mumford Brothers? Anyway, this guy who was part of that band has got his own talk show. He asked Caroline Levitt when she was in a pink suit, I think that was yesterday, he said, would America be willing to allow asylum to the people who have been arrested and imprisoned for speaking out in their truth, you know, so no free speech. So would America be willing to take on these people as asylum seekers? And basically Caroline said that's a really good idea, really good. I will talk to the president about it. So who knows? Who knows? Are you as tired Sunday? Yes. Okay. I was wiped out all day Sunday, zero energy. Yeah. Okay. Kanye is worse than Justin, a pro-China globalist. I don't think he's going to be in there long. Okay. It's not going to be in there long. We have a lot of blind in Canada, obviously, if Carney got in. What is horrible is 18 million voted out of 4.2 million, or is it 42 million? What's wrong with people? Geez, they're not woken up enough. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So, hi, Vera. Good to see you. David Icke is unfortunately a reppy host, just like a lot of people. They don't know that the lizard used them as hosts. No, they're real, because my dad was in the first Masonic internet lodge. He hasn't always been. And I know I feel this is what my guides have said, Alexis. I really feel that he wasn't always that way. I feel that something has taken over, that there's been, just like I'm going to say Nigel Farage, something's taken over Nigel Farage. So, yeah, I did some pendulum work on Nigel, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. Yeah, but you probably are right now. Good evening, Annie and Greg and everyone. Oh, good to see you, Claudette. Oh, have I gone back to the beginning? Have I? I didn't mean to go back to the beginning. That's really weird. Still tired today. Oh, Savannah, hello. Savannah. Hello. There we go. Here we go. So lately, past few days, I've been very sleepy. Thought it was just my once a year thing, and not quite new. I'm not quite new here, a few months maybe. Well, welcome, and it's so good to see you. Some people I know don't come on and talk much, but they're here. Mumford and Sons. Okay, thank you, Logan. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's very good. Lots of people calling that out, so thank you. Even the opposing candidate, Pierre, they stacked his riding. Often 4 to 6 people run for MP. Well, in his riding, 94 people put names to run for MP. More than half didn't get one vote. See, I don't understand the voting system of others. I barely understand ours. So the candidate didn't even vote for himself. It was election interference. It's all the way around, isn't it? Election interference. It's disgusting. Yeah, it will come out though. I promise it will. Yeah, I do believe that the Canada will be the 51st state. I really feel that. Oh, I got that. Sorry, I'm repeating myself because I'm trying. This is going up and down. My talkie thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. Up 3, absolutely. This is Linda, lovely Linda. She's from Canada as well, aren't you, Linda? So I believe that Carney will be gone soon. Let's make that a thing, okay? Power of thought, power of our energy. We can push that out. We want some of the higher energy coming in. Yep, let's make it happen. March, Carney will hand over Canada to Trump. There you go. That's a good prediction. I like that. That will wake up those who voted for him. Those same people hate Trump. Well, you know that there were anybody who hates Trump is working for the deep state. I'm sorry. If anybody cannot see what good he is doing, then there's something wrong. Definitely something wrong. I was saying good morning to Vera. I love this. I think you're right, Ali. Oh, thank you. I agree about Canada. It's already North America for how long? Yeah, I know. Trump will expose Carney. Love Trump. Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. So can I talk about the stuff now we've caught up? Obviously, if Greg comes in, that would be absolutely amazing. He may do. He may not. I know he's not had a great day, no matter what. He's, you know, so unfortunately, let me have just a drink. I have to write things down, darlings, because I'm not like Greg, who's got all these videos lined up to play. I have to do mine very 3D. I'm sorry. Sorry. But it's good stuff. It's really good stuff, okay? All right, so let's reduce that one. Okay. All right, so what is going on? Obviously, I'll go back to the yeah, I'll go back to the questions as well later. But remember, when I do this, I don't have two shows. Only do one. And I try and be careful what I say. Okay, so right, so where do we start? Yeah. Okay, so some judges have ordered Trump's admin. Okay, this is the crazy judges. They want to bring back more illegal aliens from El Salvador. Okay, so they're not just one, they want more of them coming back. They want to restore, even though the president of El Salvador has said, I'm not going to smuggle in one of my criminal people to the USA. What are you thinking? He said that in the White House directly to the reporters, and yet they're still trying to do this. Restore funds for schools practicing DEI. There are all these law suits coming in for Trump and his team. This is for diversity, equality, and inclusion. He wants to restore funds to the sanctuary cities. He wants to drop a proof of citizenship mandate for voter registration. So they are trying to make it a thing that nobody has to have voter ID. Nobody. Now, if that's not saying corruption, I don't know what is. You know, even these third world countries, you have to have voter ID. So these judges need to go, and some of them are. 50% have stepped down. So not the judges, the law officials. So we'll get there. We'll get there. It's good. They're puppets for the deep state. Okay, that's the only weapon they have right now. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to chuck the judges at Trump. It's like, have that one, and it's just falling off. It's just yeah. So there was a poll taken, and 75% of the judicial coup they are facing now. The judges are supposed to uphold the law, and they've said that they will not support Trump's new laws. They will not. Okay, this is a poll. 75% of them in Washington D.C. especially said that this is deep state. They are not going to withhold that. How can they ignore that? There was somebody. There was this guy. I can't remember what his name was, who caused so much damage to Elon Musk's Teslas, caused so much damage to them. And I think it was Miami. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Miami. The judge there refused to sentence him, refused to stand up and say that anything was wrong because he doesn't like Elon, doesn't like Trump. They've got to be unbiased. They're not supposed to choose a side. I thought journalists were supposed to be like that. They're supposed to just give you the news and they're not supposed to have an opinion either way. That's how they were when I was growing up. That's how journalists were. They wasn't supposed to. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So Trump has got at the moment 200 lawsuits going at him, 50 federal injunctions. They're trying to act as if they've got more power than Trump. That's what they're trying to do right now. Yeah, it's not going to happen. There's a lot of Dems that are jumping ship. They've seen how ridiculous that they're being. They've seen how ridiculous, their leaders are. And there are no leaders. Who is the leader of the Democratic Party? Does anybody know? Is there one? I don't know. So yeah. So there's a guy, Jason Pizzo, is Florida's Senate minority leader. And he said his constituents are so fed up with the political hacks, he is switching to no party affiliation. So he's going as an independent. He said on his leaving speech, he will not be bullied and he will not be bought. And he will not even be borrowed for a special interest. So is that not saying that some of these politicians are being, I mean, we know this, but it's quite nice for them to say it, isn't it? So that's why he's leaving and becoming an independent. Does anybody know Jason Pizzo? Florida's Senate minority leader. He's left. This is crazy. Washington State is gifting Black first-time home buyers $120,000 towards a payment on their home, and they don't have to pay it back. Yeah. So if they're Black and they've never had a house, $120,000, and this went through. Yep, this actually went through. So, you can't make this stuff up, can you? Really, you just can't. So RFK Jr., this is on Jesse Walker, Fox News. He said that they're taking synthetic food dyes out of the food. Okay, that's what they're trying to do because they are petroleum based. This is factual. Petroleum based, so they are going to be off the shelves completely within 1 year. There's other petroleum products, based products will also be exiting as well. I don't know how this is from RFK Jr. Okay, American teenagers have less testosterone than a 64-year-old man. And this is due to the obesity. Don't know how true that is, guys, but that's coming from RFK Jr. and it was on Jesse Walker, Fox News. So 1 in 10,000 in history, the children have autism, and now it's 1 in 33. So he's trying to get to the bottom of what is happening there. He said 70% of Americans are obese. If a Spartan, let's say a Spartan, if a Spartan was this wonderful cure for losing weight, wouldn't everybody, because it's in everything, wouldn't everybody be getting slimmer and slimmer? It's such bad news. If you read up on it, it's very bad. I have stevia. I like stevia. So, yeah. So the judges that were arrested, Judge Dugan was arrested after shuffling a legal immigrant out the back door at court. The ICE team were coming in and she shimmied them out of the courtroom because they were coming to arrest this guy and deport him because he was an illegal immigrant. There was three ladies in the courtroom who were testifying against him. I'm not even going to say what he did, but it was horrendous. This wasn't just a little beaten up and battery thing. This was horrendous what he did. And so this judge went out into the hall and said, you've got to go and speak to someone else. I'm not allowing you in my court. Okay. In the meantime, this judge got him out and with his lawyer and let him out onto the side of the courthouse. And he's running down the street and ICE is chasing after him, still caught him. And she's now been arrested. Good. And there's still they're still saying that's disgusting. How could they arrest a judge? You know, that just proves how weak they are. I think Rachel Maddow said that. It proves how weak they are. Anyway, I want to see what you guys are saying. Let's see. So, we've got somebody on the healing list. Let me put that on there. So could you put Hearn on your healing list, please? Yes, of course I can. And please, if there is anybody, cat, dog, mouse, I don't care, whoever needs healing, please let me know and I will put them on our healing list, okay? There you go. And I will obviously pretty it up. I'll pretty it up for you, okay? Later on. No problem. That will be sent out as soon as, okay. Nothing stays in the dark in Jesus' name. Everything is coming up. Everything is being highlighted that's not of the light, yeah. Sad and heavy day in Canada, China remains in power. Time for Alberta to separate and join America. Maybe, think about this, okay? Think about this, especially Linda, think about this. We was having a conversation. Maybe this was actually a push. They allowed this to happen. Maybe the White Hats kind of stepped back. They could have exposed the voting system and the fraudulent stuff there. They could have done. They've got all the information. Maybe they stood back to see, so that Canada can see that it is corrupt. And so more people like yourself is saying, okay, we're ready. We're ready to be the 51st state. So it could be all, you see what I mean? There's a bigger plan going on. Whether or not it is a white hat operation or whether or not it's just the universe kind of like, you know, singing the praises, maybe, you know, prayers are being answered. So, yeah, let's try and think past it. It's hard though, isn't it? It's really hard. Like, I know how it felt when Biden got in. Even here in the UK, we were all just on the edge of our seats in 2020 and our hearts sank. Yeah. Ali, Canada is twice the size of the USA. Our land massive. It will never happen. You don't know. It could be separated into 51st state and then It could be more. I don't know. But yeah, you may be right though, Claudia. I don't know. I feel it in my bones. I do feel it. Something will be changing. Just the facts, like the TV detective Columbo. Yeah. Canada media helped Carney win the election. They literally lied about Carney. All good stuff, covering up his corruption, and told bad lies about Pierre, and even called the election win hours early. Isn't that the same as what happened in the UK, in the USA? They did that, didn't they? They hid the laptop. They didn't tell the truth about Mr. B, and they told lies about Mr. T. So yeah, it's their bloody playbook, isn't it? Yeah, I caught a bit of Mr. T's speech today. The part I saw was fabulous. I didn't see it. That's one thing I didn't see. I was watching all the other stuff. There's just so much today. Legal criminals can live without judges. that with the judges live. Yeah, they are. They're living with judges. You're right. Yes, Savannah. Sorry, that is also something that I wanted to talk about. There's just so much. Yeah. So Rosie Neal. Does anyone know Rosie Neal? She's lovely. She's a friend of Greg's, and she's a wonderful lady. She's got the EE system. She's got like a healing sanctuary there with the EE system. So if you're anywhere near Florida, talk to Rosie Neal. She's been through so much, and she's like such a shining light. Rosie Neal, got a lot of time for Rosie, bless her. I've never met her before. I'm only going from what I feel. But anyway, she shared this on her page, so I wrote it down and I'm going to share it with you. So the grid was down in Spain and Portugal. It was a blackout. They called it a national emergency. So traffic lights stopped working, created chaos. Trains stopped. Local radio was reporting that parts of Madrid and underground were also evacuated. Spain and Portugal is about 50 million people. What happened there? What was going on? So while the Spanish power grid operator Electrica said it was working with the energy companies to try to restore the power, reports of routers in parts of France, they were thieving. So there's a lot of, I mean, as soon as there's any, that is the thing, that's what would happen if there's ever an emergency. That's the first thing that some people think about. Who can we rob? How can we rob? How can we make something from this situation? It's just disgusting. So what went on there? Lisbon, Portugal were hit with robbers as well, and nobody seems to know what's happened. And it's kind of like nobody's saying anything, are they? It's quite quiet. So is it today or yesterday was 100 days of Trump's presidency? So he has done more for USA and for the people than most presidents do in 4 years. So isn't that pretty amazing? It is pretty amazing. So right, let me make sure I want to make sure that I get everybody who's chatting. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Akasha, aspartame is saccharine, exact same chemicals, and it causes brain damage. You can even grow your own stevia. Easy to grow. A leaf is great in tea or coffee or other drink. Yeah, I literally have stevia. Can't find it. I have it in a little pot. It's called Truvia. I have that. It's got a really nice kind of taste to it. It's like a caramelly taste. So yeah, but they don't need to use this. They have got other alternatives. So why don't they use something that is natural? Honey. Why don't they use? I mean, honey. Yeah, but I worry about the bee population as well. So perhaps not honey. But stevia can be grown, can't it? Very cheaply. Oh dear. Right. So our Gemini moon. Okay, so let me see. So healing list, please, Joe. Let's do Joe Wilk. Yeah, I just put Joe and then W. There you go. Joe is on there. All right, Joe's on there. Okay, it's on number 37. 37. Mum did a video of it, but it was upside down. Bless her. But she did it. It went right across my flat. Yeah. So 2 cats, please, for healing, Mr. Missy and Araya. Araya? Okay. Mr. Missy and Mariah Cats. Okay, I have them down. I have them down. So I missed a few. So Seth on the healing. I think I put him again. Yeah, I've got him again. I'm going to put him again though, because I know he needs it. I know what you mean. There you go. I feel for you, Chrissy. I really do. You know, when your message came through. Yeah. I could use some healing prayers. Shall I just put your name as that, son Chris? It doesn't matter. The energy knows what who it's going to. Spirit know. Yes. No problem. So Leona says, question, the Lady Guthrie, who has been reported to have unlived herself, is she in witness protection? Thank you. I just got a yes from Spirit. So I'm going to say yes. Because I was actually thinking, I don't know what's going on with her already, because I didn't know that she'd actually been pronounced as if she's passed, actually, until Mum said it today when I was with her today, went shopping. And so she said, yes, that's what she said. But is it her or not? You know, and so, yeah, I got that, yeah, she's gone into witness protection. So yes, I'm sorry, I've got the cards with me at the moment, but yeah, we can look into it though as well. Let's see what the cards say in a moment. Yes. So Benjamin Fulford keeps saying that the are run in Canada. That would not surprise me at all, but they are still part of the deep state and they are going to get out. All of them are getting out. They're going. So I have absolutely every faith. I've seen how this world is going to be. I've seen it. I've remote viewed it. It's absolutely wonderful. Yes. Please go watch YouTube after this show about the Canadian election. I've no doubt it was corruption all in. I believe you. Oh, thank you. I'm rocking. Yeah. So thank you, Leona. Yeah. I do agree. My thought has also been that the white hats have allowed them to commit the crime so that they can then be Gitmoed. Yep, absolutely. Yep, so much. Which channel? There we go. So, okay, another question. How many political parties are there in Canada? Oh, that's not a question for me. That's a question for you guys in Canada. Let us know, please. Let us know. Canadian election employees taken the jabby jab ballot full to their homes. Ballot full to their homes. I don't understand that. I'm having a peroxide moment, I think. About 10 but 5 main parties. There you go. There's always somebody that can answer you here. I love it. Elections are all fraud. They already plan everything. They do. But too big to rig happened, didn't it? Too big to rig. So well done to you guys, you Americans. Well done. So we're taking a voting ballot full to their homes. Oh, right. So they were hiding. Were they hiding the ballots? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, they were hiding ballots. That wouldn't surprise me. It's awful. It is absolutely awful. Foreign interference. Yep. Yeah, I agree. So the guy in the car said the box was empty and had supplies over sensationalized all the time. You see, you know, you might even find that this is going to help in the big picture, all of this knowledge, and it's like they were watching. They could have watched what they've been doing, and all of that can actually come out. So you don't know whether actual Canada is going to be in the lead for revealing that. You know, that could happen. Yeah. I wonder if the blackout was a test to Swab's cyber. He threatened would be worse than the COVID. I'm not even going to put that out there. They have no power. They have no power. They have no power. I need healing, please. Absolutely. I will put you on here. Savannah, yes. Okay, lovely. It's coming now. So as soon as I put it on here, I send my angels over to whoever needs it. Loving energy is coming to you, okay? And anyone I've put on here, and anyone who's ever been on it, okay? And that started in January 2024. So isn't it lovely? I love it. Okay, so coconut is very good for health, and sweet cream for coffee. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you for this, everybody. Lots and lots of love going out. So is Alvira. They want to keep everyone poorly, so everyone needs to be tricked to eat unhealthy. Yep. yep. So there is a poll worker who heard they had called results of the riding already, and he had boxes of uncounted ballots in his possession. He was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? That, I believe, absolutely 100% was the truth. So yeah, that he was telling the truth. Yeah. Hello PD. Hello. Do you ever know me? Hello, love and blessings to you. Have I bounced back up again? I have, haven't I? I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm thinking, why is people saying hello again? No, Chrissy, honestly, please keep putting your loved ones out there. Me and Greg are on here multiple times sometimes. My mum's on here multiple times. Hallie, my granddaughter, please, can I ask for some healing for my granddaughter? She's in hospital at the moment. Unknown infection, not sure what it is. So, yeah, she's very poorly. Please, can I have some healing for Hallie? Like, she's on here, and she's on here down here as well. So, no, multiple times is not a problem. Not a problem at all. Yeah, more energy goes out there. Absolutely. What's this one? For the past few days, Lamestream, I like that, Lamestream media has been pumping Trump's approval ratings are down non-stop. Yeah, it's not. It's massively up. Yes, cinnamon is helpful for blood and heart health. My blood pressure today was 165 over 100. Yeah, and that's on my blood pressure tablets. So I'm taking double now. Yeah, I'm from Canada. And I don't hear that. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, some people, it's like, what do people hear when and where? You know, people, I mean, we can't know everything, can we? You know, so be positive forever. Why promote Trump? He has been appointed as the Antichrist king of Israel. He was even on the front cover of the Time magazine. He himself has claimed the same. Anyone claiming his greatness is false. Oh, bless you. You've got such a positive, be positive forever. And yet there's this kind of like energy. So is it better that maybe Kamala got in, and then that you could have more and more rapists and murderers coming in and maybe it's not good that he's finding corruption and stopping all the corruption, and maybe it would be better to carry on with people feeling oppressed and with lots going on. So I don't understand anybody who can't see what he's doing is the right thing. So I really feel for you being brainwashed. I'm sorry, but I think that is. And I'm wishing you lots and lots of love. I'm not saying it in a nasty way. I'm just feeling, I feel for you. I do. I really feel for you. And I feel maybe to do a bit more research that's outside of that, and just to see, what is really happening, because I don't feel as if you're getting the right information. Okay, that's what I'm feeling, but I'm sending you lots of positive energy. I am. Okay, so where we got to? So it was on the news. Okay, so yes, polling station, right? Everybody's 107 said Canada interfered with Biodrome as well, and he keeps singing 2020 isn't over yet. It's true, there is some truth going to be coming out about 2020. Oh yeah, yeah. Prayers, my son Noah. Of course, I will put Noah on the healing as well. There we go, look. And that fills up that page there. So that fills up number 37. Okay, and I'll go on to 38, and I will obviously do some work on that one. All right, see what I mean? I put people down who are kind of like repeating, so I'll put Seth down on here as well, and anybody who needs it, I promise. There you go. All right, so your son is down there. Okay, I thought today was Wednesday. That is a nice surprise. Okay. Some people also reported that they went to vote and they were refused, saying they already had. This is exactly what happened as well in the USA, didn't they? We've got our vote coming up. I don't know what it's for. It's for is it by-elections? See, I don't know. My mum knows more than me. I should interview my mum. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read everybody's message, but I love the fact that you guys are, and what I will do, I'll make sure I go through all the messages, even if it's after we've kind of shut down. I'll still be able to see all your messages, and I will add them to the healing list to make sure. But we got so much else to get through as well. There's so much going on. It's amazing. It's really good. The only president who has given, has said all that he said he was going to do, he's done or is doing. Okay. And so this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Tom, this is from Tom Homan, okay, from ICE, okay. The fact is, every president has taken border security seriously. Tom said, I've been in the border security since 1984. I've been at this for over 40 years, he said. I worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. And every president I've worked for took border security seriously, because you can't have national security if you don't have a strong border. We've got to know who's coming in and what's coming in to the country. So every president, Obama, President Clinton, took some steps to secure the border because they understood national security was important. Joe Biden was the one president, or the first president in the history of this nation, who came into office and unsecured the border on purpose. So that alone, does that not say who's the Antichrist there? Okay, who is the Antichrist there? If he is unsecuring the border, yeah, that is a fact. We handed Joe Biden, after President Trump's administration, the most secure border in my lifetime. He unsecured it on purpose. Now there is a clear up going on. Under Joe Biden, trafficking was up 600%. 600%. What part of that is not an antichrist thing, hey? 4,000 dying making that journey. 250,000 Americans passed away from fentanyl that came in across the border. President Trump's policies saves lives every day. Under Biden's administration, it averaged over 11,000 Biden's administration, it averaged on 11,000 coming through the border, and some days up to 15,000 illegal entrants to the United States. So, okay, what part of that is evil? I would like to know what part of this is evil. So Trump and Jim Jordan, evidence from Doge paper trail. President Donald Trump has ordered the DOJ to investigate officially the previous Biden administration and has officially warned and threatened both Joe Biden and Barack Obama that if they even so much as whisper or talk to anyone outside of the US about foreign affairs or America's business, they will be prosecuted. Trump has officially warned Biden and Obama to stay out of Americans' foreign affairs or else face charges for violation with the Hatch Act, H-A-T-C-H Act. This is all factual. Okay, what I'm saying to you is factual. Okay, so Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt announced that if the Supreme Court justices in any way obstruct the law by harboring criminal aliens and stop them from being deported, they will be arrested. They've already done it, haven't they, with that one? So tariffs, those people who said tariffs don't work owes Trump an apology after tariff revenue just smashed records in 15.9 billion. Another one, IBM announces billion dollars investment into the USA has just come in, and that's due to tariff pressure. That's going to create jobs, technology, manufacturing, all in the USA. The Pelosi Act, filed by Senator Josh Hawley, will ban lawmakers from trading stocks. Absolutely. It's like, it's not right. It's not right. And that's how they all made their money, is by, knowing when stocks were going to rise or fall. Yeah. So Trump speaks about revenue from the tariffs, with it coming in, and income taxes for America, and can make under. Oh, right. So this is good. Okay. So Trump speaks about revenue from the tariffs, with it coming in, and for Americans who make under 200,000 a year, will substantially reduce their tax. So they're going to have to pay less tax because of the tariffs. The tariffs are going to take that away from them. So I don't know the right wording, but and even completely eliminated. Okay, so Americans who earn less than 200,000 may not end up paying tax, and that's due to the tariffs. So that is from Trump. Karine Jean-Pierre, previous press secretary, admits on The View, admits herself on The View that she had no communication with Joe Biden. She just went to the podium and she lied every single day that she was actually speaking to the president. She didn't. That was from her. Okay, so if you don't believe it, watch The View if you have to. Yeah. So let me go back to the chat and see what you guys all think. Garlic is good for blood pressure. Yes. I think they have blocked. I think I have blocked Be Positive. They must say some bad stuff often for that to happen. I haven't blocked them. I don't know how to block them. So I just wanted to say, I think they're welcome to listen to some facts there. So yeah, sorry, I meant the other. Okay, sorry, I'm just scanning through the messages because I can't read all of them. I really want to read all of them. So Claudette says, the end to all evil is coming. Just hang on because the light is shining. Yeah, it is. Praying for Hallie. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. It wouldn't be America per se, but specifically the United States of America as it exists as a government entity. Yeah, there's, hello, Devon. Hello. Yeah, there's a lot in the name of things, isn't there? I have lots of evil people around me. I'm waiting for the new era. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Gemini Moon. So, okay. So please add me to the healing list as well. Thank you. I'm also sending healing energy to your granddaughter. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Let me add you to the healing list, okay? And if this goes out 2 or 3 times a day, there is another wave of healing that comes, okay? So there you go. And obviously, if there's anybody else that I haven't seen, I promise I'll look. Okay. So my mama had a good, me and mum was chatting, and she had a really good idea. She said it many times before. Okay. So imagine all these people have come into the UK and a lot of the other countries. Okay. Some of them are genuine. Okay. Some of them, they are coming in because we've intervened in wars that maybe we should have kept out of, or maybe genuinely they're fleeing from something bad. Okay, so my mum said, why don't our countries like America, UK have like a fund, and they go to these different countries and they buy some land and they make that a bit of a sanctuary for them, so they go back to their country. So instead of housing them here, they are housed back there, but they're safe. They're in a secure location, but they're back in their own country. So I think that's a really good idea. What do you guys think about that? So instead, they stay in their country, but they are looked after, in some way. And so we pay to create something over there, but they're still part of their own country. So I think that's a really good idea. It would save a lot. Also, Savannah said, Ali, I've always suggested that too. Your mum and I are on the same page. Yep. And I agree with my mum. I think it's a very good idea. Why isn't that a thing? Yeah. So here in the UK, free speech. Keir Starmer blatantly lied to JD Vance when he called Keir Starmer out in the White House and said there's an issue with the UK and free speech. Keir Starmer said there is no issue. I've always advocated for free speech, which is an absolute lie, considering that there was a woman who was arrested for silently praying outside a clinic for women's decisions over birth. I'm just going to say it like that. She got prison time. And a guy even, Peter somebody, he even ended up committing unliving himself because he couldn't cope with it, and all he was doing was protesting like thousands and thousands of other people have protested. But no, he got put in prison for that. So, you know, we are losing our free speech, and it is scary. So it takes a lot to speak out about these things. But I can't keep my gob shut. Never have been able to. No. So with the blackout, there were no cash points, no banks, no shops, no credit card machines, no television. And without electric, most people didn't have a radio either. So we do need to kind of think about these things. If there was a blackout here, are you prepared? Do you have a plug-in phone? If your phone is one of those, you know, your home phone, is it one of those, you know, walkabout ones, you know, which is on a stand and it needs electric to work? Or do you have one of those phones that you can plug in the wall and then you can just ring someone? You know, because mobile phones will last a certain amount of time, but you know how quickly the battery goes. Do you have other battery packs or anything like that? You know, we do need to think about these things, because could it happen over here? Absolutely. I've got one of those wind up radio things. I'm a bit of a prepper, so I've got lots of stuff to prep. So I've got all sorts of things. So yeah, have you got something that you can at least cook some, you know, heat some food up? So, you know, one of those camping stoves with just a propane like little tank or something. So it's a good idea to think about that. And I know you think that's crazy, but look at what has just happened. So it's not as crazy as we think. You know, the deep state are going down, and they're thrashing their tail about as they're going down. They're having a temper tantrum as they're going down. And so we do have to be as prepared as we possibly can be. Okay, really important. All right, what is the plan of action for your family? If you can't phone them up and you can't say, hey, you know, are you okay? What do you want to do? Have one person where everybody turns up at that person's house, and everybody clubs together resources. You know, try and keep as much petrol in your car as you can, and keep your phone charged up as much as you can. There's all sorts of things that we need to do. So some Trump and Elon and Scott Bessant, is it Bessant, are making things happen for everybody. Just got confirmation from the Treasury Secretary, who is seeing all the money that is flowing into the system, all the tariff money, and they've just announced and confirmed that the new reconciliation bill means that there will be provisions that the tariff revenue, the DOGE savings, and the tax cuts, the reduce of spending for the government will go to what Trump has promised to the American people. No tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime, and tariff income will be used to reduce the amount of taxes that Americans will owe each year. Promises made, promises kept. $37 trillion in debt. That's America. We're bad as well. And finally, there's a president who cares about that and is reducing that figure. So, yeah. So, I mean, could you imagine, you know, if you're earning less than 200,000, you end up paying less tax or no tax. And that is because of the tariffs. You know, he's giving it back to the people. The DOGE automated payment verification system prevented a $334 million check from being sent out, and it was going to be for fraud, because this was named Oops. That's what the name on this check for $334 million, Oops was the name of it, going out there. So DOGE their automated system flagged it up and stopped it from going out. So it's actively working to now stop these things before it actually, happens. So, that alone is a good thing, isn't it? Okay. I've nearly got some things. We'll go back and do some questions in a minute. Okay, this is good. Okay, so how do you get, this is today, 29th, okay? So how do you get half of the woke lawyers in Doge to quit? Okay, how do you do that? Well, you tell them that they are going to have to combat anti-Semitism, which is basically the hating on Jews, isn't it? And they're going to have to keep men out of women's bathrooms. So Assistant Attorney General Harlan Dillon managed to get 50% of the woke lawyers in the Civil Rights Division of the DOJ to voluntarily resign because they didn't want to go after anti-Semitism people, and they so basically they didn't want to stand up for Trump's policies, and so 50% of them have given up and left. So that's one way to clear out, isn't it? So there's going to be an opening for new lawyers who aren't woke to come in now to the American system. I think that's a win-win myself, don't you? So the stock market, the media announced that, and this was 10 days ago, okay? The media announced that the stock market was at its lowest since the Great Depression, okay? 10 days later, i.e. around now, it's now on the up, and they're nowhere to be seen. Okay, so 10 days, the stock market is now up on the month of April, and there's no story from the media. They don't want to announce that, but they'll announce that it's bad, but not the good. So that's always the way, isn't it? Trump's border is now 99.9% improved. Trump allowed only nine people, just 9 people was released, and that was through medical emergencies and other important things. And also the Trump administration in 70 days, so that's the Trump administration in 70 days. Okay, 9 people in 70 days. Okay, so Biden released 4,832 in one day. And that's his first day. So which one is the Antichrist there then? Yeah. Okay, so Colorado Springs. This weekend, this was from Jesse Waters, Fox News, and from Pam Bondi. So this weekend, an MS-13 nightclub got iced. Over 100 illegal gangsters were arrested with their girlfriends. They were brazen. They had their own nightclub. Biden knew about this as well, because there were 170 911 calls from the club. And this was about battery, this was gunshots and things like that. So during the Biden admin, why didn't that flag up? And that's what Pam Bondi is asking. Why wasn't this sorted out then? So this all came in. So 170 calls. That should have been a red flag, she said. Nothing happened. She can't believe it. As there were guns, shootings, batteries. So under Donald Trump, the DEA, the FBI, the US Marshals, the ATF, ICE, and everyone went in together. The DEA led this investigation, and they arrested 115 illegal aliens and arrested them. So things are happening in real time. They're really happening, guys. So I'm telling you this because I want you to see that things are moving forward. And even though I'm the UK, okay, this doesn't necessarily affect me, but it does affect the man I love, and it affects the people that I love, you guys, and even whoever's there's people from all over the place on this chat and in 5D. Greg's opened this up to everybody, and all of us are watching this as it all happens. And because we're watching all of this, there's hope. There's hope that this is going to happen to all of us. And, he is our hope for all of us to, because without that, what have we got? The deep state? We don't want the deep state. Nobody wants it. Okay, so there's another one. Operation Tidal Wave. Okay, it's in full swing. The latest deportation campaign in America's history. Also the largest, deportation campaign in American history. Over the past weekend, it was announced that through Operation Tidal Wave, a joint effort between ICE, Miami, and Florida law enforcement agencies, nearly 800 illegal aliens were arrested during the first 4 days alone. 4 days, 800. Wow. So this was from the White House, Caroline Leavitt. She was in a lovely pink outfit, and she was standing next to Tom as she was reading this out. Okay, so one illegal immigrant got caught for stealing $3,000 from Kristi Noem's purse. So she's that lovely, pretty lady, and she was the governor of South Dakota. So I had to look her up to find out who is she. Okay, so they actually caught. This was at a burger joint in DC, and the guy pickpocketed the wrong kind of secretary. Okay, so they found him passed out on cocktails in an Italian restaurant, and he was arrested as well. So yeah, $3,000. Who has $3,000 in their person? Yeah. So have you all seen all the mug shots on the lawn of the White House? Okay. Trump is a genius. Okay. So the media, mainstream media, will not report. They will not report all the good stuff. Okay. So what's he done? He's put all of these people who have been arrested and in big letters what they did, their picture and what they did, child rapist, child abuse, murderer, rapist, all of these. So they're there all along. I think there's about 100 all along, all the way around the and this particular area is where all the mainstream media do all their video chats about the White House when they're doing announcements. And so it's going to be in the background of all of there. And you know what? Some stupid assholes in the media have said, we don't think it's fair that their picture should be up there. We think that it should be blurred out. So they are worried about these criminals and their privacy. This is the mainstream media. They're worried about their privacy. So they want to blur out the picture. I mean, have you ever heard anything so bloody ludicrous in your life? So yeah, there's so when I say there's a lot going on, there really is a lot going on. And I have only got a few bits. You guys probably know more than that. More than what's going on there. I'm going to make myself a cuppa in a minute. Okay, so I've added that one to the penis. Okay. Ali, I've always suggested that too. Okay, we got that. Yeah. So Mum's got a good idea, hasn't she? That'll create jobs for them and build their country. Yes. So we're going back just for anybody, because we're jumping about a bit. So my mum suggested, just in case you've just popped in, my mum suggested that instead of housing these people who are fleeing from their homes, so why don't we create, you know, with maybe Elon's mini homes, you know, those little homes, maybe, you know, that could be one of those things, or they could build a big complex, and that could be, and the complex could have its own kind of like supermarket, its own shops. It could be a little village. You know, they could buy a bit of land and it could be a little village, and these people then could work at this place and could, create a community, create jobs for them, build their country. Yeah, it could be. And the people, you know, who, like, say, I don't know, Trump's going in, isn't he? Is it the Gaza Strip? And he wants to make it nice again. And so, you know, he's doing it there. So it's not a far stretch, is it, to then allow the people that were displaced by war to have somewhere to go rather than going over to other countries. So I think it's a really good plan. And I've been meaning to talk about it on here for a while. I think we need international laws that say when countries declare wars, that the King and all MP, Prime Ministers, Presidents, all cabinet members must go to the front line like the old days. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to go to war, get out there then. Get out there. See, you know, when the bullets are flying past your head, you still want war rather than sending out other people's children. You're right. Absolutely right, Akasha. Yes, absolutely. What about having a council meeting? Like if two countries are at war, you know, like they've just had negotiators come in, haven't they, to try and help with Russia and Ukraine. Maybe before a war starts, that they have to, you know, I mean, I know that this is, you know, like a bit, okay, so it's a bit like the New World Order, I suppose, where there's one body of people, but isn't there, you know, somebody representing every country who is a peacekeeper? And these people are designed to be peacekeepers. And, you know, there is a, you know, something can be negotiated, you know, rather than it starting off a war. Yeah. Okay, where have we got to? Here we got to here. So we would see peace in an instant. Yes, we would. We would if they was on the front line. Absolutely. Akasha, I agree. Yeah, people agree with you. So your mother's idea is workable depending on the country. Perhaps some are motivated to move with financial gains, better benefits in other countries also. Money talks, really. So if say this little community gives some back to their country, you know, and it becomes a profitable thing, you know, absolutely. Yeah. So I have a ham radio with my license. There you go. See, we need to think about these things, everybody. We do. You know, I always keep loads of water in. I know it's tap water, but I've got bottles and bottles of it. I refill it and I've got it here. Okay. And every now and again, I get new bottles and I fill those up. And because, you know, if your water goes down, you know, I've got babies here. I've got, you know, my youngest daughter, her little one is like 10, well, she's 11 months. So, you know, come on, they've got to be able to have water. Do we rely that everybody's going to, you know, that we're going to be looked after? I'm not so sure. So we should create accountable centres for our own homeless people. I've said this as well. This is my vision. Okay. I've written this out as my vision. So, you know, these empty warehouses or these kind of like airport hangars. So imagine that the upper levels are all the housing facilities. Okay, so they've only got a small, they don't need much. It's like they've got a lock and key for their things. Okay, that's most important. They've got communal showers and they've got communal places so that they've got dignity. Okay, and so they've got all of that. And these people are then taught to make things, taught woodworking skills, and doing up old furniture, going to dump sites and picking up things that can be recycled. And then on a certain day they have a market, and these homeless people then sell their wares to people, and it's created a business. And that person then has dignity that they're making something and they're selling something. So there could be like vegetation places where they can grow vegetables, they can make things, so they could make clothes, they could make craft things, and they're literally taught, but they would first have to go and get off any drugs or anything like that first. So there'd be a program for that. And then if they then clear from that, they can then come to this facility, and these people would have dignity again. That has been my vision for a long time. So Centres for Our Homeless American people, like an actual safe place to heal, then pass around a good running way for one seeking asylum. Yep, you see, we need to just rethink this world, really, and start getting together. None of the Dutch homes have old-fashioned plug-in phones. You see, that's really bad, isn't it, that they don't have that anymore? I have here, but I don't with my internet. It didn't come with the phone line. I don't know why, it just didn't. So don't think any other country's controlling regime would contest relinquishing their land as a form of annexation of territory against their interests. Well, you see, with Trump at the helm, he would say, well, I'm going to put on some huge tariffs on you if you don't look after your people. So I reckon Trump could sort that out, Devon. I reckon he could kick ass and sort that out, my lovely. I think I have faith in him. Maybe too much, but I do. I have a gas and electric generators. Good, yeah. Pantry is stocked up. Okay, gas and water as well. I feel this will happen to Canada. I think it's going to happen to a lot of places. I really do, because there's temper tantrums going on with the deep state. Yes, temper tantrums are happening. So not the generator though, but everything else. Yeah, absolutely. I just have me. I do the best I can. I have a battery pack for my phone. I have a camper burner with propane to heat up food. When it was cold, I also had an indoor propane heater. Yeah, we've just got to try our best with whatever facilities we have, don't we? Well, I used to rely on tips, and over time, as my income for quite a few years, this is good. It's very good for people. It's very, very good, no tax on tips. How can they tax Social Security? Do they really tax Social Security? I'm so shocked that happens. Canadian media is silent. Lots of migrants leaving USA to Canada. They are set up for receiving them. Yeah. So Chrissy, I just looked it up. The pics are all blurred out. Yep, they did. They threatened that they were going to blur them out. But you know what? People are going to still go, what's going on there? they'll still go and look, I think. So middle finger to them. I'm too much of a lady to do it, but middle finger to them. During the Cold War, what am I talking about? Me being a lady. Oh, during the Cold War, the Oval Office had a red phone direct to the Kremlin. Yeah. So I like that, and I've had plans designed for those that want to get off drugs for good. See, there you go. Hi everyone, a bit late. Hello Martel. Love and healing to everyone. Patience as well. Watch Trump in Warren, Michigan tonight, 90 minutes. Oh, that's good. So I have a formula in the taxes. Democrats did that. Okay, we have income tax on my social security income. That's disgusting. That's so disgusting, isn't it? Right, guys, I better get to some of the questions, hadn't I? Because we've already been on 1 hour and 30 minutes, something. Wow, 35 minutes, and I've not answered a single question. So I'm going to go right to the top. I'm going to have a cup of coffee first. Okay, have coffee first. So you know it's going to get loud, okay, for about, so if you want to turn down your volume, I don't blame you, or I will try and I'll mute, okay, at that particular point. So you don't need to shout at me saying you're muted. Because I'm going to mute it. This one is the first. This is the first question out, and I will get my cards ready to answer that. I'm also going to get my pendulum. Okay, so it's going to go quiet. I'm back. Okay, I went to my mama's and I got my pendulum. So look at my lovely pendulum, so pretty. I love it. And I made that bit to go with it because the chain went a funny color, so I did that. So I made it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so yeah, if anybody's got any global prediction questions that you want me to answer, please let me know by putting them in capitals. If you can put them in capitals, that is great. Fingers crossed Greg comes in, even if it's to the chat. That would be nice. I do miss him when I'm not doing this because I don't do the same job that he does. He comes up with all these videos, and you know, he makes it really interesting for you guys. So I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't do all of that. But so making myself a coffee. Put my pens over there. I've got my pendulum, and I need my other cards, guys. I'm sorry. Those cards. And those cards. Okay. I've got my other deck of cards. So my makeup's all smudged. All right. Okay, so Canada. So So what do they want to say about Canada? Okay, so I'll try and remember what I've already kind of picked up. And I do feel that it has been left. It's been left so that the corruption is seen, and it's seen so that everybody. It's obvious. It's made obvious. Okay, that's what it feels like. It's being made obvious, and the more obvious, I feel that it's going to be. You know, everywhere and every country is leading the way in its own way to showing people what's really happening. Okay, this is what they're saying to me. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to show that this is happening here and this is happening here, and this is what the deep state is doing. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm doing my lipstick. So with all of this, the exposure, and it's so important at the moment that everybody shares what they see, and it's hard because I know that every time we share something, we're risking us being shut down or cancelled. Here in England, we're risking prison. Okay, this is how serious it is. Okay, but I'm not going there because I'm on a different timeline to that. So I'm going to concentrate on Canada. Okay, so there is a military operation that's going on in the background. This is what I'm being told. There's a military strategy. I can see that the bad guys are trying to take over again, and the white hats are stepping back and letting them think that they have that. Okay, they're letting them think that they have won, but they haven't. Okay, they haven't. So what they're doing is waiting and sitting back. Okay, allowing all of the truths to come out. It's all part of the plan. Okay, it's all part of this big plan. They are going to be stopping the theft. Okay, and this is the theft of the country. Okay, so there's going to be endings and beginnings. Okay, this is the I don't need stickers on my cards. I've been reading tarot for 35 years. Okay, but these stickers, because they are linked to the global stuff. Okay, and they're also linked to Tarot by Janine. Okay, so I liked the way that she uses her cards, and I studied it. So that's why there's stickers on these. Okay, but you can see endings, beginnings. You can see the stopping of theft. Okay, you can see that this is a plan. Okay, this is all a plan for this all to be shown. And I'm going to say it again. Okay, there is a female that is coming in. Okay, there is a female that's coming in, and this female is going to show everybody what's what. Okay, the white hats are sitting back, sitting pretty, and saying we're happy with how things have gone. Okay, we're happy with that, and it's all going to plan. It doesn't feel like that, and I know it doesn't feel like that. It didn't feel like that. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to sort my video out. It's still not working. Anyway, so yeah, it doesn't feel like that at the moment. Okay, it didn't feel like that in 2020. Okay, everybody was very low. It was an awful time. But this is the same song sheet that they're using, isn't it? Everything that you're saying that has been found out about how they've taken over this competition. It's it is exactly as happened. And so this will all be revealed, and it's going to be revealed in your country, and it's also going to be revealed in the UK, and it's going to, there is a lot of scrutiny going on in the competition and the voting. There's a lot of that going on, and so there's going to be conversations back and forth regarding countries and the fact that this competition is not fair. It's rigged. And so yes, so hang on in there. But I can see there being some sort of connection. You know, Trump doesn't say things unless there's an actual reason that it could happen. Okay. So if he's saying that Canada could be the 51st state, then I happen to think that there is that could happen. Whether it's big or not big, I can see it. I can see it actually coming about. Okay, so that's what my guides say, and that's what Mr. T says. So so hang on in there. I feel every country is going to want to be America, and not because I love America and because you know Craig, you know, because of this. Everybody's going to be craving to have the tax exemptions, you know, to have somebody like Trump. Everybody's going to be wanting that because he's going to make it so that the people have got so much money in their pockets, and everything is, you know, going so well, and it's a rich country. It's going to be richer than Dubai. That is what I'm predicting for America, and everybody's going to be in such a good space. Everything's going to be fair, okay, as well. So so everybody's going to want to be that, you know, so, and that's the UK and everywhere. So the world is going to merge. I can see it merging. So there you go. So hang on in there, Canadians. I do feel for you. So there you go. That's what I've got there. Let's have a little look. So question. So what really caused the outages in Europe? Okay. So let's have a look on that. I'm going to use my pendulum as well. I'm trying to get this back. There we are. Cheers, everybody. It's my little mug from my love. Every Tuesday. It's not the same without you, my darling. It really isn't. Hi, Shannon. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Oh, that's nice coffee. Okay, Starfeather. Okay, so I'm going to ask my pendulum. All right, so I'm asking you guys to watch my hand. Okay, I'm only human, and so if I move it a little bit, it's not for anything. Okay, just watch it. Okay, so my yes deliberately is a circle. I'm going to deliberately spin it. This is my yes, is a circle, and this is my no. And sometimes when I want them to clarify it, I'll ask them to spin it in the other direction. Okay, because you know I want them to make sure. Okay, so all right, let me show you as much as I can. Okay, so I'm going to still this now. Okay, I want you to be able to see my hand as well. Okay, this is a bit tricky, isn't it? Okay, so first of all, can you show me yes? Can you show me yes? Bigger, please. Bigger, please. Lovely, thank you. Okay, can you now show me no? Did you see that automatically move? Okay, so the question, was this the deep state causing the power outages? I moved it then. Was it the deep state causing the power outages? Yes. No. Yes. Was it to destabilize those countries? Was it to make a point? Yes. Okay. So this was the black hats doing it to make a point. Yeah. So yeah. Other than that, let's see what the cards. Let's see if the cards can give us any other information. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so now they're saying that Trump and the black hats actually, Trump and the white hats, look, they actually intervened in this situation. Sorry, my makeup's all smudged. Yeah, they intervened in this situation, and actually, that's how this actually came back. The power came back, and that's from the white hats. The white hats made that happen. So that's interesting. Okay, so they are they're very impatient with the black hats now. They have it's like this is war. That's what they're saying. This is war now. Okay, you've messed now with the wrong people. This is going to happen now. This is going to happen, and this is going to happen. So I feel that behind the scenes there is confrontation going on. There is sorting things out behind the scenes, yeah, it's like you work with us or not. Okay, and yeah, so there's some people in high up positions who deliberately set this all in motion. Okay, they set this in motion, and they were working for the black hats. So people who were working at these power outages and made this a problem, that was all because they were ordered to, and it's now out in the open. So they've lost their job, and maybe they've been sent to that lovely Gitmo place. Yeah, that spa. So yeah, so there you go. That's what I get. Just one. I like to find out what you guys are all saying about it. So right, so everyone's saying welcome to Shannon, so that's lovely. So Claus threatened that it would happen last year. Klaus, yes. This is all part of their bigger plan. It's like they are trying to pretend that they have got more ability than they have. Okay, so they do create these weather manipulations. They do create, you know, if there's a storm coming, they deliberately make it worse, and they direct it in certain places. But they forget that the white hats also have technology that can also steer these storms out to sea, and it happened. So there was once when we were watching it live with Greg, and there's this, not the recent storms, this is storms before that, and it was going over to where Greg's mum and dad live. And you could see the storm going closer and closer to them, and everybody sent healing energy and a boost, and this storm went across and out like that. it didn't do even a U-turn. It literally, and so, you know, the power that we have, we can do these things. We can manipulate this and make it better. Okay, the worst we can do is create that fear energy, because they can use that fear energy for their own purposes. That what they can't do is say is our energy that says everything's going to be fine, everything's going to be great. They find that difficult to deal with. They don't understand love energy. They don't understand happiness. They can only manipulate the negative vibes. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to the next question, guys. Okay, so we did the Canada one. So I'm trying not to miss any questions. Okay, so we've done the power outages. Okay. Here we go. Here's another one. Okay, so we've done Canada, haven't we? Yes, we did. We did. Why does it keep flicking back up again? I don't know why they're doing that. All right. We didn't have many questions. Okay. Okay, so we've answered this one, haven't we, about the outages? So yes, we did answer that just now. Right. Okay, so this is one. Okay, so question from Leona. The Lady Guthrie, who has been reported to have unalived herself, is she in witness protection? And my guide shouted at me, yes. They said yes, definitely. Okay, so let's find out more. Okay, so she has her information is also going to be helped. This is what they're saying to me in the P. Diddy court case that is coming up in May. Okay, so things are livening up for that. Okay, so I don't know if you know, it's like it's hearsay kind of thing at the moment with her. I don't know, but let's have a look. Okay, so she's got some valuable information. This, they've just given me abundance is coming. Now that basically indicates, you know, something rich is coming, which is information. Okay, she doesn't realize how much information she's got. She's talked about it, and they've basically said that matches what we have, and we were looking for the last piece of the puzzle, and you've got it. And so when do you remember that, I think it was a month before, a couple of months before, she made this ridiculous post saying that she's got only days to live and things like that. Okay, do you remember that? That actually wasn't her writing that. This was, I feel, a takeover of her life, and she was rescued from that takeover. And that's when she was put in this witness protection. And so, yes, I feel that, you know, she's now been saved there. Okay, so generals and wisdom. Yeah, she's exhausted from the battle. She's been battling this for so long. She's exhausted, and you know, they've tried to offer. And they've tried to off her with her own depression. Okay, they've tried to do it through that, and then they tried through, I feel, prescription things. Okay, they tried to do it through that, and it swapped out. Whatever prescription thing she thought she was taking was not what she thought she was taking, and that made her poorly, and therefore people were writing posts on her behalf was not true. So yeah, she's going to lead the way for a new type of it's like, you know, bringing women together and the power that women can have when they stand together and they shoulder to shoulder, and you know, there's a new movement, and she's going to be very much part of that. She's going to have, you know, it's like an independence. Okay, so yeah, witness protection is also indicated with these cards here. So yes, interesting. Good question. I like that, Leona. So I'm just going down the questions. Oh, it's bounced back up again. I really wish it wouldn't do that. I really wish it wouldn't do that. What if Greg does that? That happens to Greg. Because he's the one that usually finds all the questions, and then he answers them first. Okay, I've got to the point where everybody's asking and giving information about alternative herbs and things. So thank you. We didn't have many questions, I think, because we were talking about so many things, weren't we? Okay, so hello, Brian. Is one here. Can you ask the cards that Tartaria, the once great civilization, got taken out of history books after the mudslides of 1870? Do you know what? I know nothing about this. I haven't researched it at all. So I'm going in completely unsure about it, but I'll say what I get. All right. So I know a little bit, so, you know, but not a lot. Okay. So let me try, and maybe we'll have to wait for Greg to help with this. Okay, so a whole civilization went. They're saying that there's been times in history where civilizations got to the point where they were destroying themselves, or they were taking advantage of Mother Earth too much, and everything was, you know, all the bad guys were taking over things, and it's like the Earth was going in the wrong direction, put it that way. And yeah, it basically they stopped everything and restarted everything, and they've done that in history more than once. This is what they're saying, more than once they've done this. Obviously Atlantis, they've done this, but yes, they've also done it then. So yeah, even from the land, yeah, the big awakening. So we've got now we're back to the big awakening. Okay, we're back to here, and this we're over the point of being naughty children who need re-educating again. We've actually committed ourselves to learning the truth and understanding the truth and getting rid of that. We've been hindered as well with our ability to help ourselves. That's why we've had some help with the off-worlders, even though we were supposed to be a planet that was going to be left alone to see how we got on with this, and to see how we learn different things. Well, no, they didn't realize then that we were interfered with the dark entities that have interfered. That wasn't part of the plan, and so this is why they've had to come in and help us this time. So in the past, they, you know, the people there just didn't cut it. There's something that they didn't do that they should have done, and and it's not necessarily anybody's fault, but it was a plan that didn't happen, and they needed to re-soul everybody? I don't know, to restart things. So I would ask that question again to Greg when Greg's here, and see what Greg says. I'd be interested to know what he says. Okay, so you guys got more education on that than I have. Okay, so I'm just going to say that for now. I think we're entering into a new 29.5 year cycle. Oh, Shannon has finally got on the chat. Yeah, I couldn't go on Facebook. It wouldn't let me go on Facebook at all. So I might have to take some more pain relief in a minute. This is really in the future, but do you see the USA losing 1/3 till a third or a half of the country to earthquakes and the sinking of the western part of the next? Absolutely not. I get an absolutely not. No, it's going to stay as is. Yes. Yes, I don't see that at all, Martel. My guides were absolutely adamant. So, no. But, you know, I like these questions. They're okay. I like them. Okay. So we got another question here. Will America soon have holistic medical centers? I already know the answer to this because I've actually seen it. I've remote viewed it and I've seen it, and the answer is yes. Yes, I've seen that holistic and medical and futuristic things, galactic. They're all the technology is going to work together. And so where one doesn't work, and it will go to another one. So it's like you'll choose which one you want to you'll want to work with, whether it be mainstream one or whether it be, you know, the galactic side of things, or whether it's holistic. And then if that isn't working, you can then get transferred over to another. But all will work together. Nobody's going to be better or worse than the other, because obviously the new pharmaceuticals are going to be very much all the toxins will be gone. The pharmaceutical companies will be bust. This is educational purposes only, okay? They will be bust, okay? There will be no more. Everybody is going to be. This is what I've seen. People who have taken a certain pharmaceutical product that hasn't agreed or has caused harm, and they knew it, and they could prove that they knew that did that. There is going to be a bit like at the moment here in the UK. If you rented a car in this time, you could have compensation, and there's a lawsuit going on, and everybody's, you know, getting in on it. Okay, so the same thing is going to happen. This particular pharmaceutical product, whoever took this, there's going to be a court case about it, and then you will get compensation, and that is what's going to happen. And it's going to happen so many times that they cannot survive. They can't survive it, and they're going to go bust. So that's what's going to happen to those, and somebody will come in and clear it up, and all the good stuff will carry on, and the other stuff will be going. Okay, so you see, yeah, rushing ahead is coming quicker than we realize. Okay, fast paced. They're already stocking things out. It's already, yeah. It's good news, yeah. Announcements will be coming. Shock announcements about that. Exciting. Woohoo! Like it. Like it. Okay, so we've got another question. I've heard that the med beds are in hospitals. Just wondering if it's true. Yeah, let's have a look. Let us have a look. Yes. Excuse me while I just take some pain relief. Everybody, sorry. Mom says, you shouldn't take pain relief in front of everybody. I said, Mum, what am I supposed to do when I'm on a live? I wish I didn't have to take anything. And believe me, people, I am trying the alternatives. It's costing me a fortune to try all these alternatives. Look, for pain relief. Look, I've got lots I'm trying. Okay, so yes. All right, so let's have a look and see what they want to say. So the med beds, are they in the hospitals already? They're telling me no, but let's see what the cards say. I'm seeing them on a ship. It's a military ship at the moment. And they're obviously in off-worlder ships. Okay, they're in that as well. And they are for people who've been in the battles that are, so the people who are using these med beds have been in the actual physical war that is going on, freeing all the children from these underground places. And so most of that has been cleared, but some of it's still happening. And some of the children there have been, this is what the med beds are being used for at the moment, is the children, okay, to help the children to see if they can get past the trauma that they have been going through. Some of those have never seen the light of day, okay, some of those little ones. And there's no hope for some of them because they can't even, the air quality, they can't cope with the air quality. So so I know that's sad to bring that up, I'm sorry, but the med beds are being used at the moment for the soldiers, because some of these soldiers, some of them super soldiers, I know people just laugh at that, but I'm telling you, some of them, you've seen what's it called, that film with the blue people? Oh my goodness, where they go into a body, they go into a system and they basically emerge in this body. Yeah. And so those are real, that actually, so they do like to show off their technology through films. They do like to do that. Begins with A, doesn't it? Begins with A. I bet you guys are all screaming at me going, that's it. Thank you. You're all screaming at Avatar. Okay. So Avatar. All right. So that film is very, very true. Okay. And so can you imagine a human body trying to go up against this kind of like reptilian huge being? It would be ripped to shreds. So these super soldiers, they are using the med beds, and when they say they can grow a limb and they can do this and they can do that, absolutely they can. I don't believe that technology will be given out very freely. It's more going to be trying to first of all prolong life, so people who will get, the first people that will get the med beds after this war, because we are in a war, after that will be people with life limiting disorders. So I feel that my granddaughter Hallie, she will be, because she has a life, I'm not even going to say it out loud, but anyway, she has got this, and so we have to cherish what we have for how long we have, and that's what keeps me in the UK. Okay, so we don't know, and also I'm very close to my mum and family, so, but anyway, so somebody like her will have use of the med beds, and anybody who's got terminal illnesses and things like that, so they will be the first ones to be using that technology. But it is there, and I do believe that some people have access to it. Yes. Okay. Just trying to find where we were. Interesting questions though, everybody. I like it. Okay, so it looks like we've caught up with all the questions. You're all going, Avatar. Yes, we have. We've caught up with all the questions. Yeah, so yeah, try your own pendulums, guys. Try your own. You know, you program your pendulum, you know, so even the thought and the pendulum will start to move. If there is any naysayers out there, okay, I challenge you to use a pendulum and try not to make it move, okay? And as soon as you start to say, can you show me yes? And then it starts spinning, and then you're even thinking about saying, can you show me no? It's already doing it. And it will be a pull and a tug, and it will start to do a different direction. Okay. Some people do it, you know, clockwise and anti-clockwise. I just like to do it round in a circle for yes and back and forth for no. But you can ask your pendulum if you want what it wants to be, what it's yes. I tend to think I want it to work like this, and it does. So either way. Yeah, you can do it with a needle and cotton. They did that in the olden days, needle and cotton over a pregnant baby's belly, and they'd say, is this a boy or is it a girl? Okay, that's how they used to do it. Okay, it's been going for years. So yes, pendulums. Anyway, I think I've waffled on quite enough. Oh, that's a nice thing to finish on. I like that. Let's do that. Okay, so Claudette, I truly believe we as a collective are holding the light, the love light, to stop the negative ones from taking over. Absolutely. Bye-bye, Claudette. Lovely. Okay, sorry, we've got another question. It's just popped in. I was going, but I'm not going. Question, if this hasn't been addressed, was JFK's words about autism meant to cause polarization, or was he coming from a genuine place? Genuine place. Genuine, yes. Yeah, he really is trying to find out what is the cause of that and see if it can be reversed. Yes, he is. He's definitely doing that. So short and sweet, but there you go. I love you all very much, and I will see you soon. Okay, I will see you soon. I am going to be starting my own channel as well, only because I can be a bit of a gobshite. I can, and I get frightened when I'm using Greg's, and I'm not my words sometimes. And I wanted it to be just solely about, you know, my visions, what I see, my remote viewing, and my channelings and things like that. And I wanted to, and I didn't want it to be Psychic Ali. I wanted Psychic Ali to be my psychic channel, you know. So, you know, that's for my teaching and for the astrology readings and things like that. So I'm going to be starting up my own YouTube, and so I'm hoping that you guys may follow me there as well. I'd appreciate it. Yeah. And we can, because here on this platform we can click lots of different boxes, so we can stream to all of them. So I'm not taking anything away from In5D or from Psychic Ali, because it's streamed to all over. So yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I've enjoyed myself, and thank you for listening. And bye for now. Bye.